can barely see out these hoes, for real, for real. Alright, we got another one. We got exposing rappers from the suburbs that wanna be from the hood. Crazy title. The title sounded like the video was finna be funny. It's finna be interesting. And we got a whole lot of rappers out today, even mainstream, who from definitely the suburbs, but they act like they from the trenches. So let's get into the video.
Hip-hop was born from the streets. Think South Bronx, 1970s, where communities turned struggle into art. But fast forward to today, and you've got rappers from gated communities spitting bars about trap life they've never lived. So what's really going on here? It's not just about music. It's about authenticity. And fans can spot a fake before the first verse is over. Yet some rappers lean deep into the hood persona, dropping slang, flexing chains, acting out lives they've only seen in movies, and rapping like they did 10 years in Rikers. But when does it cross the line into caricature? That's what we're about to find out. Let's kick things off with a dude who wanted to be a villain so bad, he became one. Guero 10K, real name, Christian Cavazos, born and raised in safe zones of suburban Houston. Backyard barbecues, quiet streets, the kind of neighborhood where neighbors wave and kids ride scooters, not slide on ops. He had a family, a home, a way out. But in the booth, he was Houston's most feared demon. Guero didn't just flirt with the street culture. He went all in. He aligned himself with the 10K gang, waved guns on camera, then dropped real bodies in his bars, and bragged about violence like he caught 3 before breakfast. Fans ate it up. Comments on X called him the realest, but others, they saw through it. Cosplay gangster. They sneered on Reddit, calling out a kid from the suburbs playing a deadly role. Then, in 2018, the act became real. A beef with rapper Cash Out Ace turned lethal. Guero and his crew slid. 5 people ended up dead, 2 of them grandparents, caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Guero didn't just rap about it, he celebrated it. Online, posting like it was just another bar and a rap verse. It worked. For a minute, the views spiked, the comments flooded in. The fake, real ones tapped in like he'd earned a badge. But then came the charges.
Well, his was a reign of terror. Now, documented gang leader Christian Cavazos will spend life in prison. He killed 5 people in 4 months and pled guilty to it.
The mugshot and the long fall from pretend shooter to convicted felon. Now, at 22, Guero 10K is doing life in prison. Not for who he was, but who he pretended to be. Now, let's move away from Guero, who forced himself into thug life, to someone who built an image, then tried to heal from it. NLE Choppa. You ever met someone who can't decide if they're a shooter or a healer or a social media life coach? That's NLE Choppa. Born Bryson LaShawn Potts, Memphis raised in Parkway Village. Not the suburbs, but not the trenches either. He had a supportive mom, Angela, who managed his career, and a high school basketball team. Not a silver spoon, but not a war zone. Yet, when Shotta Flow dropped in 2019, you would think that he was born in the heart of a gang feud. At 16, he burst onto the scenes with drill anthems, screaming war stories with a fro and a snarl. Fans crowned him Memphis' next king. Critics, they saw a teenager playing with fire, rapping about life that he might not survive. X-Post hyped him up, but some started whispering, he's acting. But then came the pivot.
I pray hard. I pray real hard. I pray at least 5-6 times a day. Whenever I get in a space where I feel my mood is being at a vibration that I ain't trying to consist with, I'm praying. And it works, like it really works.
By 2020, NLE Choppa wasn't rapping about sliding. He was tweeting about meditation, sea moss, and alkaline diets. The Glock flexing kid became Awakened Choppa on YouTube. 1 minute, I'll shoot up your block. The next, align your chakras, and drink chlorophyll. The internet tore into him. Half praised his growth, calling him mature. The other half said that he was soft, suburban energy, they called it, like he was rebranding for Whole Foods after a drill era starter pack. The irony was, this version of NLE might have been the real one, the peaceful one, the healthy one. Maybe Shut Up Flow was the act. Either way, one thing's clear, their early image, that street persona, it was built for shock value. It was a mask. Now let's talk about someone who didn't fake the pain. He downloaded it, one death at a time. Hound Q50. Hound Q50, born Michael Cooper, didn't grow up in a war zone, but he was close enough to smell the smoke. Raised in Maryville, Indiana. Not paradise, sure, but not the killing fields of Chirac either. He had a 2-story house, family, structure, and people who gave a damn.
I don't understand, like the first dude and this dude right here, I don't know who they are. Of course, we all know who NLE Choppa is. I don't know if I have a comment on NLE Choppa's situation, because, I mean, we really don't know how he grew up, to be honest. You feel me? Whoever he around now, they for sure drilling. So, shoot, I don't know. But I don't understand, like, the hype around trying to be a hood dude, especially if you come from a good background. Like, hood dudes, like, are trying to come out of that. Like, I've never understand praising, like, being broke and, like, living with roaches. Like, I've never seen the...
Reddit users exposed his roots, a comfortable suburban home, far removed from the frontline energy of real drill culture. But structure doesn't always be influence, and grief, it doesn't care where you live. His early music was flex rap, cars, cash, dreams. But when his cousin and collaborator, Lil Jeff, was killed in 2024, everything shifted. He went from SoundCloud promise to certified street rapper overnight. Splash Bros, Make It Far, every track darker than the last. Loaded with death references, pledges for revenge, and enough nihilism to make a funeral feel like a rollout. Q50 wasn't reporting from the trenches. He was writing himself into them. Not because he had to, because it sold. Fans ate it up, but Reddit called cap. He's just a King Von photocopy. If Jeff hadn't died, he wouldn't even be on. He's cosplaying trauma, they said. Label money polished the image, and they weren't entirely wrong. Columbia and Signal saw a look, a vibe, the lingo, and a story that could sell. The streets didn't make Bloodhound. He downloaded their pain, track by track. But the internet isn't the streets, and eventually, one catches up with the other. Then, December 2024 happened. The fantasy became reality. Bloodhound was arrested, caught with a Glock, modified to full auto, just like his lyrics promised.
Oh, now riding up the 7, clutching on a Glock. Got caught by the light on Marquette, so I had to stop. Through the tent, seen a nigga at 7, sees his ass a op. He ain't even pee me, he don't know, we about to spin a block.
Suddenly, the persona was no longer theoretical. It was evidence. He served a year, his first taste of the life he glorified. Out now, he's back to rapping, but the streets left a mark. Not the one that he scripted. He built a name off death, and the first real casualty was his own piece. If this video is hitting home, drop a like and subscribe to join our community. Since you're here for real stories, you're in the right place. Now back to it. Let's move from drill music as therapy to the teenager who treats it like a TikTok trend. Baby Chief Do It.
Question, Nazar, I like this beat.
Ain't shit free till they free all the guys. I done said it a lot, and it ain't the last time. I want her to be more ball, I don't care if she tall like a tree, that hoe get climbed. Got a couple comments, nigga, hashtag blessed. Now these hoes on my dick, cause I'm fly like a jet. They gon' be surprised when they see I made this beat. Baby Chief went Kanye West.
Baby Chief Do It is only 17. But if you listen to his music without knowing his age or background, You'd swear that he was a seasoned war vet from the south side of Chirac, with more bodies than birthday candles. He raps with the cold delivery of someone who's seen too much. The truth is, he hasn't. Yes, he's from Chicago, but not the blocks where drill was born. Not Parkway Gardens, not Inglewood. He's from the outer edges, close enough to borrow the energy, far enough to dodge the cost. Reddit exposed him twerking in old videos, and nothing about that shit looks gangsta.
Right on. This the nigga who bail out cars and shit out of town on some bad shit riding that fast shit, Joe. Fuck is you doing, nigga? Exposing all quick.
And that distance matters. Baby Chief Do It didn't jump into rap to survive. He slid into it because.
But then at the same time, I don't understand why other gangs be mad at somebody rapping about like certain stuff. Like, mind your business. Why does that affect you? Why did you have to like pull up an old video of him like because he famous? Like, it'd be weird. Like, the word is weird.
Because it was already a sound, a style, a trend. By the time his debut tape, Animals Only, dropped in 2024, he had the formula. Chaotic beats, wild lyrics, a dead-eye stare, and a delivery that dared you to flinch. He talked switches, smokes, dead ops, and scoreboards like he was narrating his own documentary. But the truth is, his bars are more action movie than autobiography. But the views kept climbing, the buzz kept growing, because Baby Chief Do It knows what works. Drill sells, and chaos wins. He's not the first rapper to fake the funk, but what makes his case different is how young he is. He's not pretending to be from the hood to escape something. He's doing it because it's the fastest way to blow up. And in today's rap scene, where performance beats pain, and image sells more than honesty, that's more than enough. But the danger comes with that performance invites problems that he's not built to face. When the streets decide to test the image, and the real person has to answer. But this isn't just an American problem. Across the pond, the UK's got his own master of this game, Central C. Central C, real name, Oakley Neil Caesar Sue, is a UK rap titan. Hits, global collabs, millions of fans. His clean, sharp looks scream label darling. But the lyrics, they paint him as a street survivor. Born in Ladbroke Grove and raised in Shepherd's Bush, West London, with an English mom and a Guyanese Chinese dad. He lived with his mother and brothers after his parents split. They didn't have much, but they had enough. So he wasn't living in danger every day. In interviews, he says he grew up fast, helped with bills, stayed out late, but he admits that he was never deep into the streets. No gang life, no shootouts, no trap house memories.
But I'm grateful for my family. Like, just like every other family, there's drama and whatnot, but I can imagine family members like falling out a lot more over like superficial stuff, like when it comes to somebody in the family getting rich and famous in it, but they don't ask me for nothing.
Still, his lyrics say otherwise. In tracks like Sprinter and Days in the Life, he raps about drugs, traps, and betrayal like he's lived through war. But most of it is based on stories he's seen.
Maybe I'm not really listening to like the specific details of his songs, but Central C never gave off he was trying to be like a gangster. It just gave off like that he grew up in poverty and he made it out. I don't know.
Or heard, not things that he's done. Some fans call him clever, marketing a gritty sound without claiming the struggle. Others, like Trap Lower Rose on X, says that he copied and pasted black culture for clout, profiting off of street life without paying its price. Here's the truth. Central C plays the image game better than most. He's believable, polished, safe enough for global reach, gritty enough for the street credit. Cinch didn't need to live the war. He just needed to sound like he could. And for that industry, that's more than enough. Finally, Let's journey back to Texas with the rapper who raps like a demon, but came up clean, BackJ.
And speaking of bad, where did that stem from for you back then?
What you mean?
Why were you bad? Because some are good kids, right? Growing
I wouldn't
up.
say bad. I was just, I don't know. I was like I did a lot of shit. I used to be like a hardhead on some shit. I ain't listen. That's all it was.
Javon Crump, aka BackJ, is just 19. He's from Fort Worth, Texas. Not a war zone. Not the roughest streets either. No gang affiliation, no tragic backstory. Just a kid with ambition, a phone, and a dream. BackJ spent years building his craft. He started dropping music in 2020, hit big with Hybrid in 2023, and exploded in 2024 with Junkie Money and Reap. His bars are cold, aggressive, like he's got scars he can't speak on, but there's no evidence that he lived the lifestyle that he raps about. No stories of gang time.
And why do y'all always need evidence of the type of music people making? Like, yeah, some of these niggas be cap, but like, is the song good? You mess with the song, it sound good, you like it? That's all that matters. See what I'm saying? Like, y'all be nosy, y'all be worried about the wrong thing. Let these people live their life, bro. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. Whether it's right or wrong, we can't say nothing about it. You feel me? Anyway, I'm finna be done with it.
No fights, no jail stints. Just viral energy fueled by over 1 million TikTok followers. He grew up in a supportive family.
I feel like, my mama just wanted me in a better environment on some shit. And I understand that.
While other rappers were dodging bullets, BackJ.
And then, if you also don't got any evidence of his past life, how can you be so sure to put him in his video, you know?
Was dodging nothing. In fact, he was surprising his mom with 20K on TikTok. Fans hyped his energy, but skeptics called cap. Fort Worth ain't that. BackJ turned trance into art, views into identity. He rapped like the hood, not because he lived it, but because it made him viral. But when you spit about smoke, the streets might bring the fire. At the end of the day, all of these rappers had choices. Some were trying to survive, some were trying to be seen. Some blurred the lines so much that they couldn't find their way back. Being from the suburbs isn't the issue. Faking the hood is. When you rap about wars you didn't fight, you risk battles you're not built for. So what do y'all think? Are suburban rappers faking it for clout, or are they just expressing themselves in a culture they love? Drop your take in the comments, smash that like button.
Yeah, I don't think we should be nosy. We really don't know nothing about any of these people's lives for real, especially if you don't have evidence. Making a whole video about them is kind of crazy. I understand content purposes, but you know, we got a whole bunch of niggas in the industry right now that rap about stuff that they don't do. Even Future said himself that he don't do drugs. And Future be one of the main ones rapping about drugs. You feel me? That just be what be going on. But anyway, y'all folks like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else y'all want from me. Funny videos, music videos, songs. It don't matter videos. Just comment, turn on them post notifications. You know what I'm saying? And you see, got the eye. I'm gonna make another video today.
But that's why I love the Mars.